All right, before we get started today, obviously there is a lot going on in the world right now, and we want to acknowledge that. And in addition to that, right now, there's a live stream of Jelly Bean Johnson's memorial services on Vimeo. So if you do your Googles, as Michael Dean would say, if you want to jet on over there, we won't mind because, Jelly Bean was revered by all of us, but we're going to hold it down over here, and hopefully the stream will still be over there when we get ready. And I'm so excited because we have the one and only, there will never be another, Sheila E. McGinnis joining us today. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Good.
All right. And one more really quick announcement that I am extremely excited about. At 2 o'clock today, yes, 2 o'clock today, I am live streaming a conversation I had with Glenn Parsons, who is the designer behind the Sign of the Times lettering, as well as a Madhouse logo, as well as the Apollonia 6 logo, as well as album cover. So I hope that you will join me live. And if not, if you join me live, you can see some of your comments memorialized for all time. But if you don't have time for that, you can watch it later. So I'm very, very excited about that. And with that being said, let's get started with what you are here for, at least. Kim, what did Prince do this week? Week 51? Week 51 of 1985? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we are not going to get started, obviously, without doing our greetings. So we got Andre Staley first in the chat. What up, though? That's what I'm talking about.
What's up, Andre?
We got Cassandra Bradley and AT Alien. Oh no, going back to bed. I hope you feel better.
I ain't mad at that. Move over.
She's a damn it. I tried. I can't.
I want to be here. I love this. Thank you, Cassandra. I hope that you get some rest. And I hope
one day I should move this setup and be in the bed. Give you the real. That would be a cold show.
Be like,
Michael Dean, actually, I have this meeting with some of my students at 8:30 a.m. in the morning virtually, and I have a student who does connect from the bed. They're very invested, but they're laying down.
There you go.
Okay.
And I could just play it off. I'm trying to give you the 1999 experience, like with the bed.
You got to have your knee on too, Michael.
What's the video? Let's pretend we're married or something.
AUTL-matic.
AUTL-matic.
Yeah.
That's the one. Get tied to the bed.
Now, see, that's something different.
and
that's all you, D'Angelo. I don't know that world.
The crazy thing about that video is it has one of my favorite Prince moments, and it got nothing to do with that damn bed. That's what's crazy about that video. For me, that AUTL-matic video, when it comes on, and Prince tip his head and grab the tip of his hat, it's about to go down. It's like that to me. And I tell you the truth is that damn heel at the beginning of Little Red Corvette, them two moments, you're like, wow. This is some pimp ass. This about to go down right here.
Now that you say that, yeah, that is like a super moment. Like it's kind of forgotten, but yeah.
Oh, it is not forgotten, Michael Dean. It is not forgotten. I am with Sheila E. My God, when I first saw that for the first time, I was like, what we gonna do with him? What we gonna do with him?
It's like that's why when he always was on that pimp-ish, right? He was always on that, all the other stuff, yes, we love and all that. But at the end of the day, I'ma kill him with this. Like, you know.
There's something pimp bones in his body or something. It's something untapped, thing that no one's really investigated, but it's obviously there,
Yes, that's right. All right. Okay, we're gonna do this real quick. We got Gabrielle from Australia. We got Lisa from H-Town. We got Teosophy. We have Sister Charles from H-Town. We got TP multitasking with Look at TP, multitasking with a celebration of life for Jelly Bean on Vimeo. We appreciate you so much. We got EA8133 from San Francisco. We got Arlene Oak from Canada. We have Jamal. Yes, please don't forget to hit the like button on the way in. Love you for that, Jamal. And we got Nick Felden from Denver. We got Audria, another ATLian. We have Heavenly Games. We have Mira. We have for Porter One. The substitutes were mean to you last week for Porter.
That's right. I'm the head in charge.
Don't worry about what your assignment was last week.
Yes. All right. We got Purple Cat Confetti. Oh, this really warms my heart, Purple Cat Confetti. This is also my refuge in times of struggle. Yes, this is our happy place. I was so excited to join you today because I missed you guys so much last week. It wasn't the same without you. We got our timekeeper in the house. We got Chris Bournet in the house. And we got the Boombox Guru. Yes, wow. We're always going to show love to Lotus Flower because Lotus Flower is one of my favorite Prince albums of all time. In fact, it's in my top 10. That's what I'm talking about. All right. We got LTK in the house. Oh, I think that was for the band. And then we got Realign the DJ. Let's see what you got today for your avatar. I always love looking at Realign the DJs. And then we got Dr. Claus Purple Saturday on the birthday weekend. Happy birthday,
man.
Dr.
Happy
Claus.
Birthday.
Yeah, maybe we'll get Michael Dean to sing happy birthday to you.
Hey, we want Stevie Wonder version, back.
Then again, maybe not.
Yes. And we got Gabrielle, we got Theo, we got LTKK. Yeah, I love that. I'm going to have to torture you now. Only a Prince fan would know what that means. Otherwise, if you're not, like, if you're just on your, you don't know what that means?
I mean, I know where it's come from, but I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know that world, so I don't know. You know what it is.
I do not, Michael Dean. You were the one referencing the AUT-O-Matic video, so I was just trying.
Yeah, but you was the one. What did you say? It was the same energy and read it. You know, it's a whole other side to you.
Oh my God. Yes. That's when my mama comes out. Okay. All right. So we got Purple Cat Confetti.
They say pop go mama when daddy. Let me I'm done.
Yes. I can turn on my mom whenever I want. My mom can change the energy of a room. So I can do that sometimes when I channel my mom. All right, so I was printed by my employers the most incredible stained glass love symbol. That's what I'm talking about. I wish I had an employer that would give me a stained glass love symbol. That's what I'm talking about.
You might be a good boss. If your employer is buying you stuff, you're a good boss.
Right?
That's right. That's right. And we have another Australian. We got 2 Australians in the chat, and I know it's mad early in Australia, so we give mad love to our Australian posse.
Yeah. Yes. And salute to Australia. What some stuff was going on out there, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
So y'all be safe, man.
Yes, for sure. And we got Vanessa in the house. We have Lady Cab Driver. We have D68A with season greetings. And Theo also loves Lotus Flower.
Hey, don't forget to add MPLS to it now. When I'm listening to Lotus Flower, I'm also listening to MPLS. I put them two. Man. I put them 2 together. I ain't gonna talk about that 3rd CD, but I put them 2 together. Let's move on.
Didn't they just classify Flower or something? Schedule, Dear State. For some of the people, the Lotus Flower that might be a untapped.
There you go.
There you go.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
See, you know that. Oh Lord. D'Angelo, you're a wild girl.
All right. Okay. I'm going to just put these on really quick because I'm so behind. Oh, yes, Dr. Claude, you got to put on Lotus Flower. Any day is a great day for Lotus Flower. It is so underrated. Folks don't talk about Lotus Flower. We should be talking about Lotus Flower. So we so want to make sure we uplift it. I
love it when you dance for me. Hallelujah.
Oh, my God. All right. Okay. I'm going to have to I'm so behind. All right. We got to say hello to Edgar, though. Hello, Edgar. Making dinner and checking in at the same time. That's what I'm talking about.
What time you on, Edgar?
Yes. In the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
So what was wrong with the 3rd CD? C. Lee.
It just didn't move me. I'm not going to even lie to you. I like one song off the Bria.
Oh, you talking
album.
about Bria?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bria.
I like
You know-
one. It was two. I tell you what it was for me. And I want to say this. I don't mean this as a dig. It was too. I'm trying to find another word. It was like. I'm trying to find another word. But this is my word, but I don't think it was like a fake Sade record.
Wow.
And I was trying to find another word than fake because I don't want to.
Well, C. Lee.
I mean,
damn.
Remember when Prince was on Tavis Smiley?
He
Who
did.
did he say?
He did.
Yeah.
And
So-
so
Oh, he did it. Okay.
it was and again it's I just that's what it was like it was
You know what?
it was all monotone and it just didn't do anything for me. Yeah, there you go.
You know, you might kind of hit it a little bit there because there is something about it that has prevented me from actually ever giving it a super deep listen. But I know what's the song that everybody always mentions, and it's a cold song. It's some weird play on words. I can't think of the name, but that song is fantastic, and I can tell like there's probably you got to be in a certain mood to really dig into this album. But it's just something about it. I think the presentation of it, one, I think because it was just shoed in on a Prince album, which kind of sits weird to me, just as a fan. And then I don't know anything about Brie Valentine.
Valente,
sorry. So it's one of them type of things where I didn't believe it. Like
Right.
I could tell, like, yeah, maybe it is kind of on some Sade, but we don't know you. And I know Prince got something to do with this. So I'm like, come on, Pete. You know, I was kind of like, is he probably pulling the Carmen on us? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that side of it spilling over into the marketplace? But I do want to go back and eventually listen to that, though.
Chris Bernay got, derivative. I feel better with derivative. I like that word. Thanks, Brother Bernay. I like derivative because I don't want to call it fake because I don't think they were trying to be fake. Fake to me is like you trying to do something to be something you're not. I just couldn't come up. So, thank you, Brother Bernay. I think
Elixir.
Elixir, that's the one.
The album, yeah.
So, but it just didn't do. And the crazy thing about it, it's not like it's got songs that I hate. It's just like songs that just don't do nothing for me. If that makes sense. Like it ain't like I can't point to a song and go, oh, that's a terrible song, or that's not what they're just like songs. And that's like all they are just songs. All right, I'll shut up.
It's a freak off soundtrack, but you have to be in a freak off to really dig it.
Well, you know who we need on the show is Kanisa, because Kanisa is a huge fan of the Bria Valente album.
Okay.
So there are some lovers out there.
Okay. Salute to Kanisa.
Yes. Let's see. Okay.
They right there with all the arms around people. I'm one of the arms around people, by the way. I'm one of the arms around people. So I guess we got the arms around people need to get with the Bria Valente people and form our coalition.
No. That's a different thing. Come on.
It is different.
Arms of Orion is like fantasy, damn Lord of the Rings graffiti bridge.
Right.
Elixir is, Prince, the kid taking you down in his basement, you know what I'm saying? Putting the music on.
Right.
She's crying backwards.
And to Baby Love's point, it's not her voice. Like I want to be clear, to Baby Love, it's not her voice. It's actually the songs. Like it's like the songs just actually don't do anything for me. It's almost like you ever been, and I hate to use this analogy, it's kind of like elevator music. Like you ever like been on the elevator and you hear the music, you just kind of
That's all that.
It's just kind of like elevator music.
Okay,
can you get your t-shirts quoted correctly? It's like the elevator music and put Sealy right on there. What did Prince do? Sealy only.
There you go. They're gonna be coming for me.
Okay, we're getting the messages from our timekeeper. We've had several so far, so let's
get some action. We're doing our own podcast, remember?
I can't come up with our own songs. We tried that already, remember?
Yeah, remember?
All right. What did Prince do this week? We're going week to week, not date to date. And you can follow the detailed schedule. You do not need the paperback version, but this is the one that has 50 more pages and it's updated. But you can also have the Old Testament that you can throw at somebody and kill them because it's heavy.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, all right. Okay, Christmas time is here, and yes, so we have to acknowledge actually that this is a holiday season, and that you're choosing to spend it with us instead of your family right now. It's actually saying massive, massive, massive gratitude. So thank you so much.
Also, in the spirit of Christmas time, every year I do a list, and it's called my Christmas song hypocrisy list. So if you haven't seen my Christmas song, and the reason Brother Dean is my Christmas song hypocrisy list because I don't celebrate. I don't celebrate holidays, birthdays, holidays. I don't celebrate them. Okay. Yet I love Christmas music, and I have never figured out why. Like I don't like. Look, I'm telling you how much I don't celebrate Christmas. When my stepchildren became teenagers, right? My wife and I stopped doing decorations. My post stepdaughter, Brother Dean, my post stepdaughter between the ages of 13 and 16 put up her own tree by herself. I look back on it, I feel so bad for that baby. Wow. And all I did was, here's what I taught her. I'll show you how it was. I taught her, I said, hey, if you don't take the ornaments out the tree and just fold the tree with the ornaments in the box, it's easier to take it out and put them back up. So that's the help I gave her. So for 3 years, my post stepdaughter put up her own. The only thing I did was, Brother Dean, I came home one day and she got a little creative. And she put this big ass Santa Claus on my front door. And Santa wasn't the right melanated. I said, hell to the no. So I had to go get her a melanated Santa. That's all. But look at, I come home, it was a big old Santa Claus face on my front door. So yeah. But so anyway, check out that if you there you go. If you like Christmas songs, go check out my Christmas song hypocrisy list. It's a really good list. All right, that's it.
Then one more thing. What's number one on this list?
Well, you know, it's actually not ranked, but the very first song on there is Silent Night by the Temptations.
Okay.
A lot of people think it's a ranking. It's not actually a ranking. It's just, I just got them listed like how they show up on the playlist. And that's just, it's like the very first song is Silent Night by the Temptations, but it's truly not a ranking.
Okay, let's keep it moving before we get another notice. And these will be archived at Polished Solid as well as at MDean. Please, as you come on in, hit that like button and subscribe and help spread the word. Really appreciate it. And our hashtag is WDPDTW for What Did Prince Do This Week? And our Gmail, if you want to get in touch with us. This is an independent endeavor. The estate of Prince Rogers Nelson is not affiliated, associated, or connected with the What Did Prince Do This Week book club series. Yes. All right. And our community guidelines. We choose to be a community even when we disagree about the Arms of Orion. That's right. Okay. We started off today with Lines. I just had to hear it. It's one of my favorite songs of all time without no Prince involvement from the one and only Eric Leeds. It was composed by Eric Leeds and Atlanta Bliss. And we are episode number 151 episodes in. Michael Dean, I so appreciate you for going on this journey with me. 151 episodes in week 51 of 1985.
It's a long.
It's a long time.
Great journey.
It's long, yes. And I love
Christmas. 2 more years to go.
Yes. Two. Well, hopefully 3 more years, but we're gonna see. Alexander O'Neill's Sleigh Ride.
Just want to say shout out to my Natchez, Mississippi homeboy. Alexander O'Neill, Natchez, Mississippi's finest, Xander, because Xander gonna need a steak, and Xander gonna need a house, and Xander gonna need a car. So Prince, you work all that out while Xander finishes his steak. Natchez, Mississippi in the house. Let's move on.
Thank you for saying that. You've said that several times, and I keep forgetting that he is from Mississippi. That's incredible. Right. That's really amazing.
And salute to prayers, but just good thoughts to him and his wife. And they have a fire or something happen recently. Yeah. So, I know that was tough.
All right. Okay. So we got a question from Boombox Guru. Does anyone know what guitar Prince is playing on the cover? I am not into my guitars. So I'm going to get on this assignment Is anyone in the chat going to come through for Boombox Guru or Boombox Guru? Are you testing us?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, if
Let
you know
us
answer.
I know some fan know they.
All I know is when that picture came out in real time, when we got that picture in real time, I was like, why we don't see that guitar more? Like that's one of those ones you got those pictures and you was like, man, why don't we see that one more?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and before we move on, that just reminded me, I just want to say I got to give a shout out to Brother Dean. The 4-hour breakdown of the Around the World in a Day, especially if y'all haven't seen it. And I was there for look at all 4 hours. Now it took me 3 days to go through all 4 hours. I ain't gonna lie to you, but y'all did an excellent job. So if you guys haven't seen the 4-hour breakdown of the Around the World in a Day new release, kudos to y'all, brother. That's it. I say.
Yeah, salute. Thank you. That's myself, but Big Sexy.
Yay.
And we brought Day Dropping back. So it was trying to get the old school people back in. But yeah, that was fun.
So I am a little behind on the company playlist, so I'm going to put that in. But I do have it in the slideshow because I haven't seen it yet, and I can't wait to hear all you had to say about that. And we got to give a shout out to Edgar, who.
Way to go, Edgar.
I mean, others said Fender Telecaster, but Edgar has the little bit more information. It's the floor Telecaster that can also be seen in the America Live video. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Yes. I love our community. Okay. So this week, Prince tracked 2 new songs, and there were 4 studio sessions. Since he's back from France, he is now back in the studio. So you can see on Monday, there is basically a Parade album compilation and a lot of mixing of a lot of songs that I just couldn't fit in this little square. But also there was a tracking of one of my favorite songs of all time. When I first heard this song, I was like, oh, especially the 12-inch version. I was like, Prince still got it. And that's Another Love, A Hole in Your Head. Love, 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 love. The only thing I didn't like about that single, and I think Laura LaPuma talked a little bit about that on your podcast, Michael Dean, was why the 12-inch didn't have like the Jeff Katz photography like the other ones. It looks like a screen grab or something from the film or a movie. I don't know. It's an
interesting choice.
yeah, it's an interesting choice. It didn't sort of keep the theme going, and so that always kind of bothered me. But that's
I wonder, as I'm thinking about this, I wonder, was it a thought of, I think the movie was coming out or about to drop when the single was out, and maybe it was a thought to show something from the movie kind of.
That's a good, I like that theory, Michael Dean. Yes, let's take that. Okay. All right. So that happened on Monday. And then on Tuesday, there was, I didn't count this as a new song, but version 2 of An Honest Man tracking, as well as Kiss. Sometimes It Snows in April. Sissia is not a song. It's really an acronym, but I couldn't put the periods because of it. In terms of the square, and then Another Lover, voice overdubs and mixing. I Wonder You mixes. A lot happening this week to get Parade ready and music for the soundtrack. Then on Wednesday, there was Love on a Blue Train, the faster version, which I would love to hear, as well as the tracking for Love on a Blue Train. So I can't wait for us to talk about that when we get there. And then,
I love that song, man.
Do you really? Yes.
Yes. Don't talk to me like that. I don't know what's going on with you today.
I'm just happy to be back, Michael Dean. I'm so happy to be back. I'm sorry. It's like, it's beautiful weather right now in New York. The sun is shining. It's not cold, and I'm here with you guys. So I'm just really thrilled to be here talking about my favorite subject, Prince.
Absolutely.
All right. And then on Friday, we have 2 songs that were being considered for Jill Jones's incredible self-titled album, My Man, as well as Rough, some mixing. Okay. So let's get our party started. And who wants to start off by reading about the Parade compilation on Monday, December 16th?
I'll do it. Get it out the way.
All right. That's what I like.
You want the Lisa Coleman quote?
Yes.
All right. During that time, 82 to 85, I think that he was a master pop piano player and a master gospel piano player.
You missed all the...
I'm sorry. I'm so ready to go. All right. Monday, December 16th, 1985. Parade album compilation. Another Lover, Hole in Your Head, listed as Hole in Your Head, track and overdub mix. Christopher Tracy's Parade mix, Christopher Tracy's Parade strings only mix, New Position mix, New Position strings only mix, and crossfades to I Wanted You, I Wanted You mix, I Wanted You strings only mix, Under the Cherry Moon mix, Under the Cherry Moon strings only mix, Girls and Boys mix, Life Can Be So Nice mix, Life Can Be So Nice strings only mix, Venus de Milo strings only mix, Strings de Milo, long version strings only mix, Venus de Milo album version mix, Mountains mix, Do You Lie strings mix, Kiss mix, Sometimes It Snows in April strings mix, Alexis de Paris mix, Love or Money mix, Soul Sister mix, Soul Sister instrumental likely mix, Sunset Sound Studio 3, 12:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Lockout. Producer.
Hold on, Celia. You got to read that time a little bit slower and emphasize 12:30 p.m. until
7:30 a.m. He ain't have no life. He ain't have no life outside making music. That's why we here, because of 12:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m.
That's right.
Locked out. Producer Prince, artist Prince, engineers Coke Johnson and Susan Rogers. All right. Lisa Coleman quote, during that time, 82 to 85, I think that he was a master pop piano player and master gospel piano player. And when those had, I'm sorry, let me, my glasses.
It's okay.
Glitching.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on. Hope this will help.
What happened to your magnifying glass?
All right.
There you go.
Oh Lord.
Thank you. Here we go. Now you know what? That's why you need friends. Try a little help from my friends. Thank you very much. All right. During that time, 82 to 85, I think that he was a master pop piano player and a master gospel piano player. And when those two worked together in tandem, he came up with amazing songs. Damn, I can see much better. And the kind of progression he came up with, which delivered songs like Another Love, Hole in Your Head, those big chords, they're untouchable, end quote. By this point, Prince had decided what would likely be on the soundtrack album, so he had to mold the list of songs to fit the movie, and this meant creating the film score, at least the early versions of it, so it could be used as the movie was being edited. Because of this, today's session began with 4 hours of engineers creating quick mixes and safety copies of practically all of the songs being considered for the movie soundtrack. Safety copies are created so that if there is a mistake made on the edit, the original tape isn't accidentally destroyed. If the edits or mixes don't work out, Prince would still have the pristine version from the original session. Once the safety copies were done, the tracks were edited and mixed. Quote, I do remember one specific day or two where we remixed instrumental versions of all the stuff that was current at that time, recalls Coke Johnson. The biggest change in many other numbers was creating an orchestral mix that included only strings, likely for the film. All right, let me turn my page right quick. And get here. Hold on, sorry. At this point, it seems that Christopher Tracy's Parade was still being generally referred to as Wendy's Parade on the studio documents, but that changed at some point during this period. Wendy was disappointed with the decision, but ultimately agreed with the outcome. Quote, when he changed it to Christopher Tracy's Parade, I was like, oh, damn, too bad. But he probably felt it was better in the spirit of the movie, end quote. Regardless of the eventual change in the title, the phrase Little Girl Wendy's Parade remained in the song Kiss. The album was mostly complete, but Prince must have felt it was missing the iconic song to provide deeper insight to the characters, like When Doves Cry had done for Purple Rain. In his first movie, the songs helped propel the story and revealed hidden understandings about the characters' emotional state, generally but not always in subtle fashion. For Under the Cherry Moon, most of the music was not meant to be a live performance, so it would require the score, and just as importantly, the linking song to carry the weight of advancing the plot for the movie. Prince spent the next 11 hours recording a new song called Another Love, a Hole in Your Head, which was tentatively titled Hole in Your Head. The full title was likely inspired by Flight Stone's funky titles, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again, and the way Sheila spoke and wrote when she was in a playful mood. Prince recorded the track alone in the studio, although he recruited Susanna to add her voice to the chorus in a future session. Quote, it just stacks of Prince's vocals, explained Bobby Z. Continue quote, that quote, the trick was that that's the trick he uses on DMSR, where you just stack them and create like a real loud crowd sounding thing, end quote. 11 years later, Susan Rogers looks back in frustration about the quote, stupid rolling G707 guitar synth thing, which didn't track very well, end quote. You want the whole block quote? You want the whole block quote?
You muted. You said no.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Go down to the next with the addition.
Yes.
Okay. With the addition of another.
I'm trying to do something that I was supposed to do that I didn't do for the side deck, so that's the reason why that's what's going on.
Oh, my bad. So with the addition of Another Love, Hold Your Head, Prince was able to lock down what he felt would be on the album, and first post-filming album configuration was created, recalled Rogers. You want either the Rogers quotes?
Let's skip them.
All right, let's go down to the final 2 hours of the session were spent doing additional mixing on Another Love, Hold Your Head and the running order of the album. The session ended at 7:30 in the morning, and just before everyone left, Prince had everything dubbed to 2 C90 cassette status. The 6-minute Another Love, Hold Your Head was edited to 4 minutes and 1 second for the Parade album and 3 minutes and 23 seconds for release as a single. Another Love, Hold Your Head would be added to the album soon after this session. Despite a wide selection of tracks that he recorded over the next month, the songs on the album and their order did not change after this assembly.
Can I just real quick, Prince states, just you better. Whenever you get around to the Parade special edition or whatever, you better have another Love, a Hole in Your Head 12-inch version. Better be on there. Go ahead and put that out before the release. You know, one of those singles that you put out, Atmos remastered, and then we need to hear all versions of Another Love, a Hole in Your Head on there on the, you know, as additional tracks. Just put them all on there, and then all of the string mixes and all that. You better. All right, there we go.
So
I love the new you better.
Yeah,
so
better.
2 quick things to tie to Kim. Inspector Clouseau, you say. Right, so okay, I've said this before. Another Love, a Hole in Your Head has created, not the word conflict, what's the word I want to use? It is the big, and I want people in the chat to help me out. I want y'all to help me out. It has created the biggest issue for me that since 1986, I still haven't been able to resolve. And here's the thing. I think on the album, on the Parade album, the segue from Kiss to Another Love, a Hole in Your Head, for me, is my favorite segue on any Prince album. Like when I talk about one song going into another song, Kiss going into another love, a Hole in Your Head. That is for me that when Kiss ends and that guitar. But here's my problem. On my actual playlist of the album, I have the long version, 12-inch version of Kiss, and I have the 12-inch version of Another Love, a Hole in Your Head. And so the 12-inch version, it begins with the drum beat, right? Remember, Another Love, a Hole in Your Head doesn't begin with the guitar solo. It begins with the drum beat and then the guitar solo. So I always, when I'm listening to it, I got to hear the 12-inch of Kiss and I got to hear the 12-inch of Another Love, a Hole in Your Head. But what that means is I miss my favorite segue, which is on the album, the end of Kiss. You know, that Kiss and that guitar solo, because that guitar solo also is so gangster Because that's in the movie where he signed "fuck you" and say, "tell him it's Chinese," and it kick in and he pimp out like the greatest pimp of all time. So that is, y'all can help me with that. But even though, so when I hear it, I still miss how it sounds originally on the album. That's it. I'll shut up.
All right. So Chris Paul is saying, I think Chris Paul is saying that "I Would Die for You, Baby, I'm a Star" is also an amazing segue.
I ain't gonna argue with you, brother Paul. I ain't gonna argue with you. You get no argument from me.
All right. And so let's see. Is it Zach? Hi, Zach. It says the 12-inch of Another Lover isn't perfect for me because it doesn't start with the guitar.
I get you. I get you, but the problem is it's got that at the end. The oh my God, to put the foot. I'm with you, Zach. I miss the guitar, but I need that whole 12-inch. So I don't know what to do.
All right, and let's see. What I want is an extended version that starts like the studio but doesn't fade out.
Yes, I'm with you, bro. That would be perfect, brother Zach. That would be perfect.
Okay.
I'm actually now I'm really remembering how these click together. I think somebody said it does sound, because right when it comes in, doesn't it, you hear him? Oh,
yeah,
right at the beginning. Yeah. To me, it actually kind of cuts a little too abrupt too. But I mean, I understand. Not to say it's not good, but I know I like the 12-inch version because I feel like it's the whole piece.
Yeah.
You know, with the
and brother Andre, look here. I'm with you on that too. I think the 1999 lyrics. I think Prince was a master of putting songs together. Yeah. So I'm not. That's why I noticed I said it was my favorite and not the best.
Yeah.
Because Prince, I think that was another one. His piece. I think you could do a whole paper on Prince segueing or connecting songs on albums. I think he was a real master at doing it. So I think everything that everybody put in the chat, but for me, just the end of Kiss and the beginning of that. So anyway, I just wanted to see was anybody else feeling that or having any issues with that, especially when you're going from how it is actually on the album to how we set up things on our playlist and how we listen to albums. That's it.
Yeah, and I love this comment from Tyosophy about sequencing. Oh, no, not that one. Actually, this one is the one. Purple Cat Confetti, the video version is my favorite of Another Love, A Hole in Your Head. Wow. Only to say there are so many different edits of Prince songs. I'm one of those people that I want the longest version. I don't care if it's 20 minutes or 40 minutes. I want the whole thing. So that's me. And sometimes when they would do re-edits, but I will say this, I can't believe I'm about to say this. So as we know, maybe, I don't know, a month ago on Dancing with the Stars, they had like a Prince edition.
Right.
And somebody was editing those songs. And at first I was like, clutch my pearls, the travesty. But actually, whoever edited those songs knew what they were doing, because like if you didn't know the songs, it just sounded like it was pretty seamless. Right. But at first I was like, what is going on? And so that's one thing. Now, what I really want to talk about is a comment from Frank Castro. And Kiss, Another Love, A Hole in Your Head, and Mountains do not fit the Parade album. Should have been on another album with love. I love that. What say you, Michael D?
I would love to hear sort of the explanation behind this. I'm trying to understand how you don't think they fit. Like,
okay, you say a little bit more, Frank. What about you, C. Lee?
Look, they are for me. Well, Parade is such a seamlessly great album, so they fit for me. So I'm with Brother Dean. I'd like to hear a little bit more about why he would say that. But yeah, I think Parade is such a seamlessly perfect album that I could not hear them not on that album. So I'll shut up and see if the brother put some more in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I would just add to that, I could see if he said Kiss didn't fit. I can understand an argument for that. I think that Kiss could work on any Prince album.
Right.
And stylistically, I could see how it's a little different from all the other stuff on that record, but the other two songs you mentioned, to me, they perfectly go with that.
And because they also carry the lyrical theme of the movie. Mm-hmm. Like they all three of them carry the lyrical theme of the movie. So so again, I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying, I would like to hear some more explanation. So. But yeah, I think they carry the lyrical theme of the movie, and they kind of fit sonically as well. But hey, I get it.
So I'm on team Kiss shouldn't be on the Parade album. I always thought it was an odd choice, and I never think of Kiss when I think of the Parade album. I think of everything else. I think of Kiss on its own for whatever reason. So I get it. But in terms of Another Love or Hole in Your Head, because of what Celie just said, like it's so integral to the movie. Like even though it's like in the background, it's just I don't know. Okay, here we go. We got Frank says how the album starts. It's very early love sexy to me. Don't get me wrong. They sound like singles, but I feel they don't feel the concept of Parade. Now, Frank, I'm one of those people. I believe that you should have your own opinion. And I love that you said with love, and I'm not hating this feedback. They do sound like singles, but the thing is, like, with Mountains, I see that as Christopher Tracy rising to the heavens. And so I don't know, even if it sonically doesn't fit, it's so integral to the film. I think this is a really good thing to ask both of you, because for me, I don't really see Parade as a standalone record. For me, Parade is part and parcel of Under the Cherry Moon. Like, so I don't really see them as separate. So I think of the music in terms of the songs. Now, I think sometimes of the B-sides as separates from Parade, but not the actual songs. I'm curious how do you guys feel about that?
I mean, again, I can see these songs being on some of them being on other projects. I think the songs, I would say this, the way the album starts with, was it the first 4 songs?
Right.
You're sort of going together. That could have been anything. Personally, like that could have worked as another album standalone, or it works in Parade. Right. To me, it's the same way I look at the Sign of the Times album. As much as in my mind it is imprinted in the way that it was presented to me originally as the Sign of the Times album, when I go back and do my Googles and research and reading, and I'm like, oh, that's actually made up of a couple of other projects of Dream Factory, Camille, Crystal Ball, then I could someone could tell me those songs can work this way too. Sign of the Times was not the lead on Crystal Ball, it was just another song on that record, but then he was able to transform it as the lead focal point of a different project with some of the same songs. So I could see Parade being done the same way. It could certainly have been a pure piano strings type of a record, like some of the stuff we hear in the background of the movie. But I also think that it has to be a Prince record too. So you have to have stuff like Kiss, Another Lover, because that's like, this Prince. You expect to hear some R&B and some funk. I don't know if he was old enough to just put out, a Prince and Claire Fisher sort of project, which I would have, trust me, he would have been playing the piano and his Honest Man and Venus de Milo, I would have ate that up. But I don't know if that might have been a little too much. But so I think this, Parade to me was a great concept record. It's the soundtrack to a movie, and it's not like Purple Rain where they have to necessarily be about what he's talking about. But I think the way the songs make you feel, they put me in the mind, at least with my limited knowledge of what I thought being, in Europe was about. It made me feel like that. When I heard Do You Lie, I was like, oh yeah, kind of in my mind, that's how I would feel like being over there, kind of has that vibe, or Girls and Boys, so it just had a vibe of that, what I'm saying? And I thought he did that perfectly. So that's sort of my take on it.
And I would say that, yeah. So to say to brother Frank Castro, I understand where he coming from in the sense how we all as friends, I'm not as Prince fans. I'll give you a different example. I have never listened to the album 2010 without Cause and Effect being on it, because for me, Cause and Effect and Compassion are the real beginning of the album 2010. But one of those songs are not on the album, and I think it's Cause and Effect. Is it Cause and Effect? Yes, good. Compassion. Right. 2010 opens with Compassion, right?
Yeah. It's not one. it's not loud. I listen to it.
Okay,
It
so
does. Yeah.
So, but because if you remember, Cause and Effect got released or got played early, right? So before 2010 came out, Cause and Effect came out, and I think whatever boot I had, it had Cause and Effect and Compassion. And if you listen to the lyrics of Cause and Effect and Compassion, they're actually bookends. Cause and Effect, if you think about a sonnet, if you know what a poem a sonnet is like, a sonnet is a two-part poem with a question and an answer. So Cause and Effect is the question and Compassion is the answer. So in my mind, the album 2010 is incomplete because it doesn't have Cause and Effect on there. So even when I bought Cause and Effect, even when I bought 2010, I immediately put Cause and Effect at the beginning. So I have never in my life listened to the 2010 album without Cause and Effect. So I understand where Brother Frank Cash and other people are coming from about how we put things and take things out because of what sonically. So I wanted to add that because I don't want anybody to think we don't understand from where y'all are coming from. That's one of the things about Prince with all these B-sides and these unreleased things. And we know the era in which these songs are written. It's sometimes hard for us not to get it. So it's sometimes hard for us not to think of a particular song with a particular album because we know so much behind the scenes stuff. You can't take it from that. So I'll set up on that.
Okay, I don't want to go into a side conversation. It's one that's really important to me, but I will say this. The quote from Lisa is one that really stands out to me about Prince's piano playing at this time. And if you compare Prince's piano with, let's say, the piano and the mic piano performances, it's a different playing style.
Right.
So I just want to point that out, and we won't go into that because we don't want Kim. Okay. All right. So
it's peak Prince piano playing, in my opinion.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Michael Dean. Definitely peak. Yeah. Yes. So it would have been amazing. Okay, I'm going to stop. It would have been amazing to actually hear the piano and the mic at that particular time. That would have been extraordinary. Just for Tracy on tour, that would have been incredible. That's all I want to say. Okay. All right. Yes, let's marinate on that for a second.
And I can only hope somewhere there's tapes of that exist from that time.
Yeah,
that would blow my head open. Oof.
Yeah, that would be incredible. Okay, so here is the work order from Sunset Sound for this day, and you can kind of see that it's broken down. It says at the top, new LP. Hopefully some of you are watching this on your big screen TV so you can actually see this, but it says new LP at the top, and it lists all the songs that Celie read, as well as newer LP. It has Hole in Your Head, and then it has 10:30 a.m. set up. So what does Duane have in this? He said, where is it? 12:30 p.m. Okay, so the setup was 10:30 to 11:45, maintenance from 11:45 to 12:30, and then 12:30 to 4:40, 2-track and 4-track copies, 4:30 to 6 p.m. edits, 6 to 5:30, plus 24-track live, 5:30 to 7:30, plus 20. So one of my questions would be, is Prince overseeing this? I mean, obviously, whoever is the engineer, which are Coke Johnson and Susan Rogers, they are obviously doing this, but I'm wondering if Prince is there with them or if he just shows up, to like start recording another Love a Hole in Your Head. So that would be like a question for me. But the one thing I want to point out is that even if Prince wasn't here, Coke Johnson and Susan Rogers were in the studio for 17 hours.
Wow. That's
17 hours.
That's a while. I guess people do this. I just wish they could have took their time, just do one mix a day or maybe a couple songs. Give your ears a rest, man. But I mean, not to say that they're not great mixes, but his music could have sounded different too, with just like some real like in-depth mixing. But I understand his process was so fast. Just want to keep it moving.
Yeah, he wanted to keep it moving. So now D68 Ace is saying, Michael Dean, there is a 1984 Sunset Sound piano rehearsal including Venice de Milo.
Really? Mm.
Yes. Is that
And
so?
Yep. And make sure we can find it on this is the DE68A channel. So make sure we can find it on that.
Yes. All right. Michael Dean, do you want to read our next date, which is Tuesday, December 17th?
All right. An Honest Man, version 2, tracking overdubs mix. Kiss mix. Sometimes it snows in April mix. Another Lover, Hole in Your Head, listed as Another Lover, vocal overdubs mix. I Wonder You, instrumental mix. I Wonder You mix. Sunset Sound Studio 3, 6:30 p.m., 4:15 a.m. Booked, locked out. Producer Prince, artist Prince, engineer Susan Rogers, and Coke Johnson. Quote from Prince: I've always been honest in my music. Right. Prince decided to retrack An Honest Man and started the session working on the song, which went back to the spirit of the earliest version and featured Prince once again sitting at the piano without any backing band supporting him. The same lyrics were used on all variations of the track, but this piano version would also feature several sound effects, including an ocean and a playground, similar to the instrumental of Paisley Park from 1984, and multiple layers of his vocals. When the track was mixed, the piano was removed and the sound effects were almost impeccable,
Yes.
imperceivable. Susanna was asked to add her harmonizing background vocals for Yesterday's Another Lover, Hole in Your Head. He loved that song. He let me do it by myself and left and came back, and that was done. Wow. I have to stop right there because I love the harmony background vocals and the fact that she did that by herself. Amazing. Very talented. When Prince returned and listened to what they'd accomplished, he seemed happy. He had a huge smile on his face. The rest of the session was spent working on additional mixes for several songs that were being used in the movie, including Kiss, Sometimes It Snows in April, Another Lover, and I Wonder You. At least one of these tracks, I Wonder You, was mixed as an instrumental in all of these updated versions, with the exception of An Honest Man and the instrumental version of I Wonder You were blended into the soundtrack during 5 hours of edits and crossfades. Wow. At 4:15 in the morning, Prince wrapped up the session after placing all of the tracks on a C60 cassette. Status: Prince released An Honest Man, 1 minute and 13 seconds, in 1998 on his Crystal Ball set. For the release to mix, the song would feature a strings arrangement that would be recorded by Claire Fisher on January 10th of 1986. It is possible that Prince recorded an updated version of An Honest Man earlier in the week. Wow.
Okay. So I'm going to come all the way over to the Prof Duff side of things on the statement that I'm about to make, because I don't say this much. An Honest Man is probably the only song where I want every damn version of the recording.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I know people like all different recordings for a lot of different songs. An Honest Man, and when I say all of them, including the one for New Paris, the performance at the New Paris Cafe, I need, so Dear State, don't put the Hollywood, but Dear State, I need every recording of An Honest Man that you can find, simply because I'm still pissed off on what he gave us on Crystal Ball. Like I was hurt. I was so hurt when that was the version that we got on Crystal Ball, when we know all these other full song piano versions. I need every version of An Honest Man. All right, I said
I need that movie version ASAP.
Yeah.
100%. All right, so here is another work order from this day. And again, I'm going to read it to you really quickly. Setup is from 6 to 6:30, tracking 6:30 to 9:30, so 3 hours. Edits and crossfades 9:30 to 2:30 a.m. Copies and edits 2:30 to 4:15 a.m. All right. Yeah.
Just real quick, I mean, we just have to realize, like, when they started this session, Another Lover, it didn't have none of the contrasting background vocals. Is it just him doing his verses? And that's just crazy to me. Like, and he's like, "Yo, go ahead and see what you can do on that." And like, she killed that, man. Like, Susanna, that's wild, man. Like, that's crazy. Like, they walked in and it sounded different. And then she put her thing on it, man. Like, God damn.
You know what, brother Dean? You're right. I just seen you talking about that. I gotta give her more props than I've ever given her. Because I've never really given her many props as a background singer, even though I like what she does on Fruit at the Bottom. Like, I like how she sounds on that album, but I haven't. So like you said, I think that the harmonies on Another Lover, Hole in Your Head, maybe some, and I want to be clear when I say this. I'm not saying best sounding, but they may be some of the most complicated harmonies to sing when you hear how they're falling off and going back and forth with each other. So you made me just really think about that. She's in there doing that by herself. That is yeah.
So because that song, Another Lover, and Do You Lie, man, whatever they do, that's some higher level, stuff right there, man.
Indeed. All right, so now I am going to read our next entry, which is Wednesday, December 18th. Love on a Blue Train, faster version, likely tracking overdubs mix. Love on a Blue Train, tracking overdubs mix. I really want to hear this faster version. Sunset Sound Studio 3, booked, locked out. Producer Prince, artist Sheila E, engineer Susan Rogers, Coke Johnson, and David Z. Rifkin. Susan Rogers quote, "He was really happy with Love on a Blue Train. We spent a lot of time on that." The credits on some of Prince's side projects didn't always reflect who was actually involved, according to Susan Rogers. On the third album, Sheila had more control over that than she had before, and I was not properly credited on that. I did a lot of engineering on it. I introduced basic tracks for the whole thing of Love on a Blue Train, for Cuckoo, the basic track, Pride, and I love me some Pride and the Passion. One day, those songs were things that I did and engineered. I'm so happy, Michael Dean. I thought I was the only one.
No.
I think because I was Prince's engineer, Sheila was trying to downplay Prince's involvement, therefore my involvement. And I think that's why my name was left off the engineering credit. She immediately apologized for it and said she was going to have it corrected with the next pass. To me, it didn't matter because I knew she wanted to look, I think, a little bit more autonomous in the making of that record. So it was important that my name was left off for that reason. Now, I'm going to read the rest, but so at 2:00, I am live streaming my interview with Glenn Parsons, who is the gentleman who did the iconic Sign of Times lettering. But did he get credit for that on the album? No. So there are no credits on the album. And only through Michael Dean's podcast with Laura LaPuma did I learn that Glenn Parsons was the guy behind the Sign of Times lettering. So if you're into Prince and you've been in Prince a long time, but for the newbies, there were always issues with the credits. So that's the reason why PrinceVault.com and Duane Books are really good to make sure you understand what the true credits were. So, because there was always credit issues. Okay. All right. So Prince had overseen the 2 albums he recorded with Sheila E. And now that he was back in Los Angeles, he apparently thought that they should record some new tracks for her next release. So he created Love on a Blue Train, starting with the drums as always. Prince added bass and the Ensoniq Mirage keyboard to the track, along with Sheila flavoring it with percussion. At an early point in the session, the song was supposedly a much faster groove than the version that was released. I really want to hear the faster version. I said it already 5 times, but I want to say it again. Dear Estate, we need that faster version. And it would be great to get an originals version because I wondered if Prince sung this
Mm.
song. I want to hear it if Prince sung this song. Okay. He'd eventually alter the arrangement and discard the faster direction he'd originally proposed. I don't know what it's meant by discard. Prince spent the entire session recording the track with members of Sheila's band. Levi was in Sheila's band at this time. During this period, Susanna would have usually joined him in the studio, but she flew back up to Minneapolis to work with Karen Crediger. I love me alliterative names on the home that she and Prince would share. Okay, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm going to skip that paragraph. The song contains a classic funk reference to the Gap Band's 1979 hit, I Don't Believe You Want to Get Up and Dance. Oops. Also known as, this is how I refer to it, Oops Upside Your Head.
Say oops upside the head. Say what? Oops upside the head. Say oops upside the head. All right, that's for the noobs. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Upside your head.
Gap Band.
Yeah, with the chant Jerome upside your head, which had also been used during the family's concert earlier in the year. Status. Love on a Blue Train. 7 minutes and 41 seconds was released on a Japanese 4-track maxi single 12-inch and CD. It was edited to 5 minutes and 29 seconds for the third album and reduced even further for the single edit release. The faster run-through version remained unreleased during Prince's lifetime. Now, what's really funny about this Japanese 4-track maxi single, if you've seen it, it's actually Sheila from Romance 1600. It's like a photo from Romance 1600. And that's the first time I heard Love for a Blue Train. So like if I was like on a quiz show, I almost always will say, oh, Love on a Blue Train is on Romance 1600 because but it's not. It's on the third eponymous self-titled Sheila E record. But because the Japanese single was released a full year before the album dropped, I still sort of put it with Romance 1600. That's just me. So
go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now I'm just gonna say, they talked about the Gap Band in here, and you have to mention, the Gap Band really had a stranglehold on R&B for a time, and a lot of songs was trying to have that Gap Band sound. I was listening to, what was I listening to? I think it was the first Sherelle album. The very first song on that album, I can't think of what it's called, and produced by Jamie Lewis, but you can tell they were trying to make it sound like the Gap Band.
Is it You Look Good to Me or another song?
It's on that album, but it's the first song on that album.
Okay.
But you can tell like they're doing sort of the Gap Band sound, and even one of my favorite Prince songs that came out on the 1999 special deluxe delition. What am I saying?
It's delicious.
Bold Generation. If you really listen to Bold Generation, you can hear some Gap Band kind of essence in that, and I can only imagine because as a kid, I remember hearing those songs in the Gap Band, and they used to always have them banger song that would just be played at all the parties or your parents would play. So my point is to say the Gap Band had a very strong influence on music, and even Prince was not he was a part of that. He was being influenced by that as well.
I would say that means that Podcast Juice needs to do a special, and shout out to Big Sexy. Big Sexy, you wasn't here. I gave y'all a shout out for that great breakdown y'all did of Around the World in a Day. So earlier but I think Podcast Juice needs to do a special session on just the 80s funk bands. Because I think that the 80s funk bands, some of them come out of the 70s and go into the 80s. But that band, Cameo, all these groups. So I say that to say, just to co-sign that, yes. Now, here's something I'm embarrassed to share. Y'all know I wasn't on this song for a year after the album was released because I was so stuck on Cuckoo and Honeyman, and this comes right after Honeyman. Like it follows Honeyman. I would pick the needle up on Honeyman and put it back at the beginning. Like literally for about 3 or 4 months, I never got to the end of the album because for me, Honeyman was the last song on the album because I kept picking it up, putting it back. And then when I found, I went and so this is one of those what I call those major grooves. I've always looked at Love on the Blue Train as this should be a live song groove vamp out. So that's it.
Yeah, I always felt it was basically it was that end song that Prince was so great at that time. Like you knew like the end of the concert or the end of the album was just gonna have this big jam, monster jam,
right.
You know, and that's what this song was. I was just like, God, this is incredible. And I couldn't wait to see her do it live. And I don't know if I ever really saw her do it live, but yeah, this her. I don't know what we're just deviating, but that third Sheila E album has bangers on it. Like you already mentioned, Honey Man, Pride and Passion. Say it again.
Boys Club.
Cuckoo.
Yep.
I mean, there's just so many bangers on there, and I was so mad that "Hold Me" was that the song?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was the big one that I was like, he ain't even touched that, but
right.
But man, yeah, there's a lot of burners on that, and they didn't really. I don't think they pushed. This was when Love Sexy came out, I think. Oh no, this was in Sign of the Times had just kind of came out.
87, February of 87.
And they was not really trying to push nothing else.
Yeah, because that was one of my first, not my first, but that's when, Cat, because Cat is in Cuckoo.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember seeing Cat and Cuckoo being like, okay, this the new
Oh man, that video.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Okay.
That was my WAP video back then. Of course there wasn't nothing crazy in it, but that was just like, damn.
That's what we call art. That was art,
yeah,
right
that
there.
Was art.
It was artistic.
Yes.
Woo. With the little jeans on. I was like, oh.
I love the energy of Cat in that video. It was like so incredible. But yeah, I know people love Cuckoo, but for me, it's Boys Club every day, all day. I used to be walking down the street, Boys Club. It's so amazing.
Hey, boy, get out of there.
Yeah.
Man, I love it.
Oh, yes, Chris Bournet. Soul Salsa. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me going now. Yeah, that album's fire, man.
Yes, for sure. All right. Okay, where are we? Oh, we gotta have actually, Sheila, you want to do the last reading? It's super short, but get your
Friday, December 20th, 1985.
You got it.
My Man Mix, Rough, listed as Too Rough. Ode to Roger and Zach. Sunset Sound, Sheila E. You right. Let me get mine. Let me stop front.
Yes. Lean into it, Sheila.
There you go. Producer Prince, artist Jill Jones or Sheila E, engineers Susan Rogers and Coke Johnson. A quote by Jill Jones: "That record to me was if he gave me the best, most diverse, variety-filled bouquet of songs, and I could carry them all off." Yes, you could, Jill. Additional mixes for My Man and Too Rough were done during this period. It is likely that they were playing for Jill's album.
I don't know about y'all, but I love me some My Man. As compared to With You, we talked about last week. I didn't say much. You guys were talking about With You. I hate it with a passion, With You on Jill Jones's album, only because it was a cover, and I hated covers back then. It was a cover of a Prince. Like, why cover a Prince song? And I know Jill said that Prince wanted her to do this song, so she didn't have a choice about it. But like, I don't know about you guys. Did you like With You on Jill's album?
At the time when it first came out, I wasn't like a super stickler for the song itself. I listened to that album, but it wasn't one that I really was diving into. So I, honestly more associated with Jill at the time. So I didn't have a problem with
okay.
Yeah. And I was just the opposite. Like I was into Prince's With You from the second album. And so that was the thing for me. So I was kind of like, oh, okay. And also to that point, all the Proteges were getting new songs. I think this may have been, was this the first time that the Protege got like
it
was like that for me. And look, you have to remember at that time, folks don't remember, at that time, songs were at a premium. You wasn't getting 12, 13 songs. So because songs were at a premium, I'm like, hey, we got this player. Let me get, let me get something else. And so that was the only thing for me was that, I wasn't used to these covers with the Protege. I was used to getting new songs. So yeah, so when I think of With You, I always think about the song from the second album.
Yeah. So I mean that's the real point, Celie. Like I did not want any covers from Prince himself or anybody else. I wanted new Prince songs. That's what I wanted. But with that being said, I love me some My Man. Jill sings the heck out of that song. I mean, she sings the heck out of all the songs, to be honest. And that's one of the reasons why I loved Jill's album is that it's so eclectic. Like there's like so many different styles of music, and that's how I like to listen to music. So I just loved this album. So
and I would say, and sadly, not for us, but for the public and for people marketing it, I think that's also the reason why it didn't take off. I think that they didn't know what to do with Jill. And let's be clear, like race comes into it. Like there are a lot of people who at that time didn't know that she identified as Black, right? They didn't understand that she identified, that she had this whole kind of really R&B funk background. And it was kind of like they got this look that they feel like is gold mine for pop, right? She got this look that she could be, right? These other kind of women that Prince are giving these songs to the other bands, right? And I really think that we could like agree that we liked how eclectic she was. I think that the general public and the marketing people just didn't know what to do with her. And I think that was a travesty. What I think really kind of, and I think that if she could have gotten a chance to be live, I think if people could have actually hear her sing, because Jill can't actually sing, I think that would have helped her career. If we could have seen her like on a real tour, belting out these songs every night, where people go, okay, Homegirl got talent. That's it. I'll shut up.
Yeah, I would add too. I think timing is a big thing. If that would have came out a couple years earlier, it just off the strength of it being a Prince project, it would have blew. Right. Because I think musically it was all there. It was just, I think it kind of came out and the Prince hype was kind of starting to go down a little bit. Yeah. And it was kind of like, it kind of seemed like it was a little late to the party when it finally did come out. But if that would have came out like right after Purple Rain, with her appearance in that, she would have had a nice run. I think she would have had a great run.
Yeah, I think you're really on to something. I think actually, like you said, if it would have came out right after Purple Rain, or maybe a year after, that would have been like the sweet spot. I mean, how can I say this? We love Under the Cherry Moon, but in real time, Under the Cherry Moon got the Razzies. Like there's like awards for Razzies, like one of the worst films ever. I don't think it's the worst film ever, but yeah. So because Prince's commercial star was definitely on the way down, I think that she sort of took a hit for that, unfortunately. Alongside what Celia is saying, that is very, very eclectic. So this is still Prince related. So Doyle Bramhall II was Susanna's husband. And the first Doyle Bramhall II record was actually produced by Wendy and Lisa, for those of you who don't know that. But the second album, which is called Jelly Cream, is incredible. But the reason why I didn't do well was because it was too eclectic. And what's crazy about Jelly Cream, and Celia, I think you'd be interested to know this, is that Eric Clapton and B.B. King on that first Eric Clapton B.B. King album covered 2 songs off of Jelly Cream.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah, on their first record, and actually had Doyle Bramhall come into the studio and play on it. And that's how he started touring with Eric Clapton, because of 2 songs off of this Jelly Cream record, which is incredible. But because it was so eclectic, the marketing didn't know what to do with it. So Jill was in the same, if it's too eclectic and they can't put you in a box, then they don't know what to do with you. So that is just.
I am today years old learning that, and I'm writing down Jelly Cream. Because I love both of those Clapton B.B. King albums. But Riding with the King is probably my favorite, but I love both of those Clapton B.B. King records. So thank you for telling me that. I did not know. Yeah, somebody just put in Riding with the King. I think that's the second one. I think Riding with the
King. I think that's the second one.
Yeah, Riding with the King may be the second one. Yeah.
For sure. So I know that one of the songs that they cover is Marry You. So whichever one that Marry You is on is and they covered another Doyle Bramhall II. And if you get an opportunity to see Doyle Bramhall II in concert, run, because he is also one of the most amazing living guitarists you will ever see. So I'm just saying that. And because he grew up playing with
So somebody just said, yeah, that is on Riding with the King. So it's on the Riding with the King. Okay. Very good. Very good.
Awesome. And I'm blanking. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm blanking. But he grew up in Austin, Texas, and there's someone's name that's on the
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yes, he played.
Yeah, once you said Austin, Texas, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah.
Yes, he played with Stevie Ray Vaughan. And so that should tell you all you need to know.
Look, this is extending, but I got to drop a name since we're talking Austin, Texas, Stevie Ray Vaughan. If you don't know who Jackie Vincent is, bad ass black female guitar player, blues rock player. She's out of the Austin, Texas area. She's out of that kind of Stevie Ray Vaughan. So just kind of extending that thing. If you Jackie Vincent is a killer, and she writes all her own stuff, and a killer guitar player. All right, I'll shut up. So yeah, we're making that link. Thank you for that.
All right. Okay. So we are getting to the end of the What Did Prince Do This Week part of the our live stream here, and then we'll kind of parlay into the salon section. So far in 1985, Prince has written 61 new songs and has had 85 studio sessions total. So far in 85, and we still got a week. So he's still going to be working. He did not take holidays off. All right. So this week, our new songs were Another Lover, Hole in Your Head, and Love on a Blue Train. So those are the new songs this week. All right. This weekend, the West Coast is the best coast, because if I was in LA, this is where I would be tonight. The Peppermint Club, Alice Smith. If you don't know who Alice Smith, do your Googles. And this is also Prince related because Prince covered one of Alice Smith's songs. And Alice Smith also sung like the final track on Sinners, Michael Dean's most favorite film. And so Alice Smith, the Peppermint Club is where you should be. Tomorrow, I would be at the Corey Henry Church Experience. Again, if you're in LA. Again, right now, this weekend, the West Coast is the best coast. So if you're on the West Coast, I highly recommend that you go see Alice Smith tonight if it's not already sold out at the Peppermint Club. And then you go to the Church Experience with Corey Henry tomorrow. Okay. I've already said this, but I'm going to repeat it again. Bilal has finally released his record from last year, Adjust Brightness, on vinyl. They're taking pre-orders. And so if you're into Bilal, as I know some of you are, you don't want to miss this. And there's also like a special edition colored vinyl, as well as a single with Georgia Ann Muldrow, who is also on the West Coast. And Bilal just is featured on a new De La Soul track that was released like a week ago or so, produced by Pete Rock, called Palm of His Hands. It's a really great song. All right, Purple World. We already talked about this, but in case you weren't with us at the beginning, in about, I can't see the time, in a little about like 43 minutes, we're going to live stream this pre-recorded interview with Glenn Parsons, who is the designer / illustrator behind the iconic lettering for Sign of the Times, as well as Madhouse, for all the Madhouse folks out there. He did the logo for that, as well as Apollonia 6. But not only did he do the logo for Apollonia 6, he's also behind the album cover. And I was extremely excited to find out more about this freaking album cover because I never understood it. I was like, what is going on with this Apollonia 6 album cover? So
like some buildings or pillars?
Yeah, with the buildings.
Pillars or something.
Oh, I never saw that behind him. I didn't even know that was back there. I didn't really know. That was my bad. Brother Dean, I thank y'all for letting me know something behind him. I did not know behind him. My bad.
Yes.
You weren't really supposed to know, but now you do.
Oh my God. All right. So thank you so much for correcting me, Tara. De La Soul came out like a month ago. All right.
Can I? Talsby. Let me say this to you, Talsby. Here's the cool thing about the movie Sinners. Now he's talking about what he never. Here's the cool thing about the movie Sinners. You could actually turn it off when the vampires show up, and you still got a good movie. So for people like, because I almost didn't watch because it's one of my favorite movies too. But I always tell people that say that that's all I was, Lady Catch. It's stuff back there. I didn't nobody tell me there was stuff back there. But the great thing in town about the Sinners movie is the minute the vampires show up, you can turn it off and you will still have a complete movie. It's still a great blues movie. So that's it. Let's move on.
All right.
Hilarious.
Welcome, Reggie. Okay. And what we got after this? Okay. Oh, yes. So again, if you weren't here in the beginning, we talked about Michael Dean's Big Sexy Day Drop-ins, album review, super deep dive, like 3 hours worth, right, Michael Dean?
3 hours on YouTube, 4 hours on Patreon.
Okay, 4 hours on Patreon.
Yeah. And I would say to people, don't be and what's the word I want to say? Don't be thrown off by the time limit. It really is a great breakdown. And do what I did. I would do like 40 minutes at a time until I got through it. And I got this thing now where I can just put on my earphones through my TV because I would watch it on my TV. And so I would be walking around the house doing some other stuff, cleaning, and I just listen to it. But it's a great break. And what I liked about it is y'all put it in time context. For me, the hello, when y'all talked about hello, and y'all gave the kind of time and y'all put it in the context of what was happening during the time, the whole thing is great. But the apex of it was the breakdown on hello, and y'all really get into the weeds on what that meant. And that hello is actually a clapback track, right? And people don't think about hello as a clap, but just the whole thing. I'll shut up. Yeah, it's great. So I just want people intimidated. Don't be intimidated by how long it is. Guys, you can listen to it the 40 minutes at a time, and you come just like I did. And it took me about 2 or 3 days, and I got through it. It's great.
Man, thank you. Well, I was going to say, somebody said link. If you go to the link she just showed to see it on YouTube, in the YouTube, in the description, the link to the full one is there where you can go and sign up and all that good stuff. I was going to say, if you really want to watch it in real time, get a feel for it. So imagine if you watch this show. I'm going to tell you how we recorded it. If I'm not mistaken. We did, I did this podcast. I think we did 2 hours or something. And then I took an hour break and then we recorded that month. So it was like a full-on day of just.
So you were doing your Prince Sunset Sound thing then?
I guess so, right? Yes, I we did this show, and then I said I'm gonna eat something. I made me some grits, some eggs, sat down, and then jumped right into this, and we was ready to go. So yeah.
Well, I can't wait, and I'm so happy that you let me know that the Patreon version is the one to watch because I am a Patreon of my.
Oh well, yeah. The Patreon one has the music.
Okay,
that was the big difference.
All right, thank you for letting me know that because I was going to watch it on YouTube. All right, and let's see. So out in the streets, we have a new announcement from the Prince Estate. We got vinyl for the first time, Hit and Run, Phase 1 and Phase 2. So hopefully everyone is excited about that.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little Birdman on that one.
I was gonna say something slick. I was gonna say, well, I'll be listening to Phase 2 like I always do.
Wow. I'm just saying, like, I'm not mad at it. Keep something. You always got to have something in the pipeline. So I do appreciate that. Again, they just need to get somebody in there that just really understands the totality of Prince's stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so that we always talk about stuff like Madhouse and Jill Jones. There's a lot of obvious things that the fans would want that are not available, that haven't been available for so long. So I appreciate Around the World in a Day, even though it wasn't, the deluxe that I wanted. The music wasn't, at least they gave us something that sounded great, blah, blah, blah. And this will be cool too. Hit and Run. But let's be very clear. There's still a lot of just obvious stuff, at least to the real hardcore fans. A lot of obvious stuff that needs to be given some sort of attention, or at least just let us know, yo, we hear y'all. We might be working on. We kind of working on that. We we're not. Yeah, we're gonna put Hit and Run, and we're doing the bed sheets, but we know we got some of that heat back there. So that's kind of the thing. I think we just want to make sure, especially as we go into 2026. As we go into 2026, that's why I say you better. Like, we're not playing no more. Like, okay, Around the World in a Day, we didn't get okay, but the next joint, more squeezing you, kiddo. Like, you better kick ass, or else. Or I just think it's gonna be a different. You're already kind of. There's already a rebel resistance, brewing in the fan base. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's gonna go all out war. If we don't get that proper, especially the deluxe edition that we sort of been accustomed to, it's something that really represents the totality of Prince and the artistry and everything. So I'm just saying, like, 2026, we're gonna do better. We're gonna show up. We're gonna show up for a celebration. You dig? 10 years, but y'all, come on now. It's time to show and prove. That's all I'm saying.
And I will say this. And again, they're just doing the album releases, and I'll just put this out in the ether. Even though I'm a phase 2 guy, I was never really into phase 1. I'll tell you what might turn my opinion on phase 1. If there is a version of $1 Million Show with Prince as the lead vocal, I might could get roped, because that was because opening the album with a song where somebody else was singing the lead, it put me in a bad mood that I couldn't recover from the rest of the songs. And so if there is a version of $1 Million Show that has Prince vocal as the lead, I would really love to have that, so I could add that and make phase 1. But I'll end on this though. So, but despite that, I would say that I think that phase 1 might have a collection of songs that today's youth could enter into Prince in a way that they may not in the songs on phase 2. Because I think phase 2 was songs for us. I think that phase 2 was and at phase 1, Prince was kind of reaching for kind of a younger audience. And so I do think that there are some things on phase 1 that like people who are listening to whoever's hot today. I think those phase 1 songs, I just want a $1 Million Show with Prince's vocal. I'll shut up.
All right. And then, so another thing that I was super excited about until I realized that I couldn't order it from the US, and I think it's because of what's going on in the world, are these 7-inch singles that are being exclusively released through, I want to say, Rolling Stone magazine, which they've done before. So that's also happening, for those of you who don't know.
That's very Prince-like,
Yes.
Planet Earth and things of that nature.
Yes. And so Michael Dean has already talked about Celebration. So Celebration this year will be June 3rd through June 7th. It's a really important one because it will be 10 years since Prince's passing. And then we're also celebrating 10 years as well as Under the Cherry Moon and Parade for I Wonder You 40, which will be virtual on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Will be in person in Brooklyn at 370J, where we've had the in-person symposia the past couple of times. And I am extremely excited to announce that Law is going to be kicking off the in-person portion on Friday, April 17th at the Cutting Room. And it's called For the Love of Prince with Law and the Planet 12 Movement. And if you've never seen Law live, you are in for a treat. And if you've seen Law live, you know the energy he's going to bring. He does an amazing show. So I, put out some fillers and I was like, look, could you do a show that coincided with the symposium? And Law came through. I am deeply grateful.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and for people, y'all too, correct me if I'm wrong. if you've never seen Law, because you can go to his website, you can all that. To me, if you want to know what a Law show would be like, or what Law reminds me of, he would have been in the Nude Tour band.
Yeah.
Like if you think about Law would have been in the Nude Tour band. So when I think of Law, I think of like the Nude Tour show, because if you think about the Nude Tour, it's like a lot of stuff going on. You got the Game Boys, you got Miko, you still got Levi, right? You got and so that's Law. Like Law is like that full kind of everything Prince experience. So I can see Law right at home in the Nude Tour band. So that's what Law reminds me of.
Yeah, I mean, like Law is one of those people. If you are having a bad day, just go see a Law show. He will totally change.
Yeah, man. Listen, I went to the last one. Was that during the last symposium?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So I seen it in person.
Yeah.
Law's not playing up there. Like if you miss the full-on show experience, where like you said, everything's going, the band is jamming. And the Law is a great front man because he can play and he's doing all the dancing and stuff. Like it's great. And I love the passion behind it, man. Like, and again, you know, I love how Law gonna let you know he's clicked in. You saw them pictures, like he come from the lineage of the funk, and you know, and then as a student of Prince and all that. So, yeah, man, salute to Law, man.
Yeah, he just performed with Morris Day this week alongside Chris Rob. So there you go. Yeah. And speaking of Chris Rob, I'm hoping Chris Rob will also do a show around the same time. So
Chris Rob is another one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Another one.
Yes.
He's a bad boy, man.
Very.
Yeah. I still the COVID Dirty Mind show he did for us.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I haven't funked online like that ever again. Like that. Again, he did a show for us in person. And that show was great too. But that online COVID Dirty Mind show that Chris Rob did, look,
man.
If you could like do donations, it was like folks was all you saw was folks donate. That's how dope that show was. All the chats was just people sending their money to Chris Rob. That will tell you how dope that show was. That's it.
Yeah, listen, the one where they brought out Jill Jones.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The lady cab driver and Tammy and them came out.
Yes. They did it.
Yeah, it was incredible. It really was. So again, I hope that some of you will be joining us in person so you can see Law. You can hopefully we'll see Chris Rob. Yes. Chris Rob's Party Up was fire.
Yeah, fire. Chris did we're just going on a tangent. Chris did I Don't Want to Leave You.
Yes, that was my request, Michael Dean.
Me up when he did that.
Michael Dean.
That was you?
Yes. Michael Dean. I said, Chris, you can play whatever you want, but the one song that would be extremely important to me would be I Don't Want to Leave You. So that's the reason why that happened.
Well, salute to you.
People say you run around.
Yes.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's incredible. All right, so it's Chris Rob, and I gotta get with Chris, but I think Chris is gonna have something special for us too. So it's gonna be a really great celebration because it's been 10 years, and we want everybody to know that Prince is loved, and because he is. That's right. Okay. On to the next. So get those tickets. They're on sale now. And you just do your Googles, do Cutting Room NYC, because you don't want April to get here and it's sold out and you be all salty. So you want to get your tickets now. And we want to support Law because he is an amazing musician. I'm getting my tickets. Okay. So we cannot forget our beloved Dr. Funkenberry, particularly during the holidays when things can be kind of, not so great when you're going through things during the holidays. So we want to send loads of support and love to Dr. Funkenberry. And if you can, continue to support him through GoFundMe because the hospital bills have not stopped. They're still going. So please, keep him in your prayers and thoughts, as well as Addie Durant, who was instrumental in the Clubhouse fan audience produced, amazing, incredible audio reenactment of Purple Rain, which you can still hear on Clubhouse, as well as Des Dickerson. So we got 3 GoFundMe. So if you can, just support them in any way that you can. If not, send them, just shower them with love and appreciation during this holiday season. Okay, so I have this blanket here to know that I have to do the company playlist, which I will do later today, and I'll make sure I put Michael Dean's YouTube version on here. But if you really want the 4-hour version, which is what I want, I would subscribe to Michael's Patreon. All right, and then the celebration homegoing is still going on. I think they're going until 2 or something. So there's a live stream of that on Vimeo. Again, you can do your Googles like Jelly Bean Johnson Celebration of Life, and you can find the Vimeo link. And we miss him so much. And speaking of Law, so Law did a performance with Jelly Bean, I think a year ago at the Cutting Room, where he'll be performing, and it was an incredible show. It really was. And they did this amazing version of Princess I'm Yours. It was Scorching live. So Jelly Bean and Law performing I'm Yours. It was like amazing. So the Chris Rock, Jill Jones thing is not online. It was like a live.
You had to be there.
Yep.
You had to be there.
Yes.
And he called her up and the magic happened.
Yes, yes. There's some clips floating around online. You know, you might be able to find some clips. But
then they did for Girl Answers, right?
Yes.
Yep. I remember. Yep. And they had the ladies up there in full cosplay, and jamming. And you know, when's the last time you saw a performance of that song?
And this may be so. My father, Brother Dean, who was arrested during the Civil Rights Movement, who was a Vietnam vet, that was one of his favorite songs from Vanity 6 Hours.
Oh, really?
He loved it for Girl. And he loved the line, "It's 2 things we can't stand. One, the dad talk man. The other, dad talk man with no money. Click.
They was spitting on that.
He thought that was the black. If you talking about a man raised on Stevie Wonder and Miles Davis and the movement, he thought that was the blackest ish he had ever heard. He was sometimes he said, "Hey man, go put that Girl Answers song on. Go put that album." I said, "It's the Vanity 6. Yeah, go put that Girl Answers album on for me."
You know, we're not gonna go down the rabbit hole. Never mind.
All right. So, are you gonna take us out, Michael Dean?
Yeah. If we are ready to get up out of here, great show today. Welcome back, D'Angela.
Thank you.
We missed you.
I'm glad to have
you back. Salute to Ricky.
Yes.
Shout out to Rick, Big Rick.
Love you, Rick.
Good. Yeah, absolutely. Much love to you. More love. Salute to everybody in the audience. Seeley. Ted. We didn't see Ted today, but salute to Ted. Man, go check out the interview. It's going live here, I think, with the top of the hour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, at the top of the hour.
Definitely check that one out. A Sign of the Times, Glenn Parson Talks. Can't wait to check it out. Yeah, working like a job. She's about to also go check out some Avatar. I got to do it. But
wait, Michael D. So yes, I want to go see Avatar, but my husband doesn't want to go see it. Can you convince my husband?
Oh, well, I mean, if he ain't convinced by just you alone, I don't know what I can do.
Okay. From a God perspective, like,
so I'm an Avatar hypocrite.
Oh, okay.
I will admit I'm an Avatar hypocrite. I didn't go see the second one because I was protesting. It took them so damn long to make it. I forgot about what the first one was about.
Right.
So I'm like, people, you ain't gonna. And so all my cousins, everybody would do it. I don't remember what the first one. My cousin was like, "Well, damn it, just watch the first one to come." So this number 3, I ain't even seen number 2 yet because I'm still protesting that it took so long for it to come out. But anyway, go. I heard that 2 is great, and I heard that 3 is gonna be great. So y'all go check it out and I gotta watch 2 before I watch 3.
Yeah, I'm just going for the spectacle of it. I love the presentation of it, just the 3D and the way it looks. I don't go to the movies as often as I used to, but I will go for if it's something that's, you know, spectacle. I do want to see that. So
Yeah, for sure.
But I will say, y'all know I'm all for claiming my hypocrisy. So I will claim my hypocrisy. I didn't go see Avatar 2 because it took so long for it to come out. Yet I was the first somebody who went to go see Christmas Story 2 when it came out, and that damn movie was 30 years after the first one. So y'all don't remember Christmas Story. You shoot your eye out with that kid, the kid that wanted the BB gun.
That's a classic.
Yeah, they made the kids, everybody grew up. And so they like 30 years later, they made that. People say, so you wait 30 years to go see a Christmas Story, but you won't wait 5-6 years to see Avatar 2. So I will admit I'm being a hypocrite by not seeing Avatar 2. That's it.
All right. And with that being said, we are out. Peace.